Oh, hello. Welcome back to the show. Unfortunately, my co-host Jay is taking time away from the show. He wants to focus all his energy and attention into trying to beat me this week in our matchup. But don't worry. I have two special guests and a special episode for everyone. I'm joined by the two biggest scumbag commissioners fantasy football has ever known, Burns and Oz. What's up, boys?
What's up, Pesh?
Hey,
Glad to be
buddy.
here.
Oz?
What's up? What's
What's
going
up?
on?
So
A
these
little,
are
a
our
little hurtful of an
commissioners. As
intro,
many of you
but
guys
yeah.
know, they pretty much don't do shit. They haven't dropped any content, and it's fucking week 4. No write-ups, no nothing. It's pretty disappointing. They basically have no power over the league. They don't have any control. They're just kind of faces, but they're our faces, and we love them.
Well, thank you for that really kind and warm welcome to the show.
No problem. So
Uh,
let's start off by just taking a look at the standings here. Um, Anything that stands out to you guys here? Anything unusual? Anything that that you guys expected? I mean, just anything?
Burns, you want to go first? You can take it off.
Yeah, I got to take a look at myself right off the bat. I think I'm one of the most fraudulent 3-1 teams
Wow.
in the history of the league.
This is those reverse vibes that Bill Simmons is always talking about. I don't want to believe this coming from your mouth,
Dude,
dude.
I got like the third worst points for. I hate my team, but I'm winning games.
Yeah, you're currently clocking in at 435 points for, which is third best, and you're barely beating out John by 9 points. Um, so that's definitely concerning. On the other end, we got Oz here. Oz, anything you want to say about your team?
Yeah, I should not be 1-3. I should be at least 2-2, if not better, maybe even 4-0, depending on the way the weeks went.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie though. If you go on the points for, there's like a clear pecking order of like the first 5 teams in terms of points scored.
Hmm.
Is like, okay, you guys deserve to be where you are, or should be better. And then me and the rest of the trash is just like anyone could be 0-4, anyone could be 3-1, anyone could be 2-2. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. Nothing matters.
Yeah, Oz, you're
And
coming in with a respectable, like you're basically the head of the mud pack right now at
yeah,
467. Like you're the last one before we hit the 500, so you're basically like head of the trash. But that's 620 points against. It's just tough to
yeah,
overcome.
it's
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 gotta sting.
honestly kind of bullshit, and I've heard it all. I've heard it from Pesh more than anyone. Give
Uh,
me your chips,
I mean,
you
hey,
know.
listen, you're talking to the two biggest advocates for points,
But you
and
know what? We
Yep,
got a
yep.
maybe
full
we're converting someone this year.
I
we
think
got
more people are taking notice.
Yep.
I don't. You know what? We got a full schedule and slate of topics to talk about, and I'll go more into my points against in just a little bit. So, you know
Okay,
what?
so basically, I'm gonna run down the agenda here. We're gonna go through a couple things here. We're gonna go through the stud of the year, the absolute best pick of the draft, the idiot of the year, basically just the biggest idiot dumb manager. We all think we know who that is anyway. Then the worst pick of the draft. And then we're each gonna give two contenders and two pretenders, and the our Sacco favorites and Ivory favorites. Um, so Oz, would you like to start off with your
Why would you ask me first?
I just thought you had someone interesting in mind. I don't know.
All right.
Your
Why
you
would
know
you
what?
ask
If
me
we're gonna
first?
start
this,
I
I guess I'll start
I
it
just
off
thought you
because
had
I'm
someone
number one.
interesting in mind. I don't know.
In
All
terms
right.
of start
So
of
you
the
know what?
year, I think it's a very subjective way that we're going to look at it. It's,
In mind.
a mix of like draft position, performance, and just overall how much do I love this guy irrationally. So taking into account all those factors, I gotta say number one's Dalvin Cook. You're a piece of shit. You're a scumbag for sniping him from me after I told you I wanted him in the second round, and that was my whole plan was to draft Devontae and then go on the back end with Dalvin Cook. I thought we were
Interesting.
just friends talking about that, and instead you decided to sway off from Chubb and went with Cook.
I was
So
never drafting Chubb.
that's what you told me. So
Yeah.
whatever, fuck you,
Obvious
dude.
smokescreen.
Obvious smokescreen. Okay,
Idiot.
whatever. Anyway, that's my number one. Okay, that's it. I'll let you guys go, but I got some more. You know.
Okay. Um, Burns, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So far, I got to go chalk right off the bat. It's CMC. And we had him
Oh,
drop all the
here
way
we
to
go.
3. And we had Oz trade out of a spot, an opportunity to have him on his squad. It's
Honestly,
truly embarrassing.
it's kind of crazy. I thought Dan was 100% giving the
Save or
smoke
die.
screen, saying he's going Kamara. Like the guy's the whitest man alive. That seemed like the most Dan pick of all time. It was just screaming Dan, and that's what I thought was going to happen. And I was like, I love Kamara, but there's other value that I'm looking here, and it didn't happen. So it's crazy. Congratulations, Tony. It's the only reason you're 3-1.
Okay, listen, I'll take this one now. I think the obvious pick it lies on basically Burns' team, the only good player he has, and it's got to be Godwin. I mean, the guy's an absolute stud. I've been preaching Godwin season for months, been on him for years, as Mesk would say. He's just an absolute stud, putting up massive numbers. I mean, Burns got him in the 5th round. Great pick, great value. If you look at all the players around him, I mean, just like, it's just trash, like. And then, oh, actually, I got a second one. I
Yeah,
would
go
like
on the
to.
wraparound, the snake.
Yeah. So
Like
then
give two back to back.
another one I'd really like is Eckler in the 7th, which is just a great pick. I mean, if
I
you
don't,
compare that
can
to
you read? Can you look at
I think it
numbers?
was
Oh
6th
wow,
round.
he was in the
it's the
seventh. Never
7th, you
mind.
fat bitch,
Wow,
you
this
idiot.
is on me.
Look who you took in the 6th round, you dumb pig.
Tell the viewers because clearly things are happening.
You took Hunter Henry, you idiot, in the 7th, and you took Lat Murray. The guy
Screaming
barely.
value.
The guy has like after you went Gordon, Murray, Henry, Darwin, Penny, Murray, Cootie, Humphreys. Like that might be the worst stretch of picks I've ever seen.
Are we really gonna say that?
Yeah,
Looking at John's draft, we're gonna say that's the worst stretch of picks you've ever seen.
yeah.
All right. I thought this would be a friendly
I'm just
and
saying, Eckler in the
rational
7th is an amazing
conversation.
value. He's been an RB1 all year. He's
You don't think
basically,
that changes?
I'd slot him in probably at like a RB3 flex range with RB2
Okay,
upside.
sure.
But I mean, first 5 weeks, the guy was a stud.
Yeah,
4 weeks,
no, that's
and who
what wins
knows if Melvy's
championships.
even going to
First
be
four
good at
weeks.
football anymore? He might be slow
Can
and
can we just
fat.
talk about this? Like, what is your problem with Melvy? Like, you've had it out for him the entire year, and
It's going to take him a couple weeks to get into
it's
football
good.
shape.
Did you
Yeah,
see Zeke?
they
Took him
said he
1 week.
might start this weekend. Might start. That's great
Smokescreen.
news, huh? Oz?
And
It's
Eckler's
better.
better. Just look at the numbers.
Yep, efficiency wise, everything. Give it to
Yeah,
him,
I mean, I
sharp.
guess you're better than a person who hasn't played this year. But sure, whatever.
I mean,
What
me
do
and
I
Melvin
know?
Gordon have the same stats. So, what round are you going to take me in next year, bitch?
Well, in the Scum League, I think you're first overall.
Okay, let's move on.
But yeah, that's
Um,
fine.
Idiot of the year. I mean, do you want to give
Well,
a?
Burns, you got any more? You got anyone you want to talk
Another
about?
stud.
Yeah, one more.
One more. I mean, it's not. It's weird this year. There's not a lot of top line players. It's a lot of guys mixing in. I mean, Keenan has been a surprise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Did not expect that kind of production.
especially coming off what? It was like an ankle injury, like week 3 of preseason. I was all on him until I heard that, and I was like, ooh, I don't know. It's
And I mean,
crazy.
I'll give you some love with Cooper Cup in the 4th. He's been a stud.
I mean, thank you. That's all I wanted to
yeah.
hear.
We were doubting the ACL,
Yep,
but he
big
came
time.
back, returned to form.
Yep.
He's
Came
a
back
stud.
faster. So
Yeah,
instead, he
everyone's
runs a
like that.
mile an hour faster now. If that's even possible.
Big night for him tonight. Big
No,
night.
big Woods night.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he'll
that's
get
true.
some.
Yeah.
Actually, I have both in another league, so whatever. I'm good with anything as long as everyone eats. That's
What do
all.
you guys think about Gallup in the 12th? Thoughts on that?
That's a steal. Love him. Can't believe he got hurt, but he'll be back strong. He might take over Coop by the end of the year.
Yep. Get him while
I'm
you
fine
can,
with that.
Oz.
Sure, yeah. Let's
Cheap.
keep that
Injured
up.
receiver for injured receiver. Give me Adams. All right, all
You're
right, all
selling
right.
me.
We're
Can I
done with
just
the
say my
studs
last
here.
guy, Evan
You got
Ingram?
Evan
thought he was
Ingram. Oh,
fantastic.
I know.
I couldn't believe it. I thought the Giants all throughout,
No.
like their entire offense was just going to be pure shit, and he is setting the bar right now.
Yeah.
He was the steal. I think he's this year's
5th.
Kittle.
I
In
was
terms of
really
like,
hoping like
oh,
that was my number one tight end. I had him. It was Ingram, Howard, Henry in the like second half of tight ends. I was really hoping to get Ingram, and I should have known Derek was going to take him that early anyway. I don't know why. I mean, he could have taken him in the 6th too. So that was pretty depressing, and that's how I ended up with OJ Howard, the worst tight end in the league.
Yeah, good fucking job.
Fucking hate
You
him.
know, it's crazy looking back at Derek's draft. Like, he went super aggressive on people he really loved, and a lot of those people worked out, and then some are just pathetic.
And then he
Like,
dropped Christian Kirk.
which is that's what I'm looking at. He drafted him in the 8th round, and then after week 1, I was like, I will trade you Will Lutz, the premier kicker in the league, for him. Read the message and then proceeded to drop him, which is just hurtful. I don't know who does that in this league.
Yeah, we'll
Well, that's
see
what
if
you
he
get for
can.
making an offer like that, Az.
Yep.
I mean, if the guy's about to drop him, like, why not get some pennies for the dollar? You know, who knows? Just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
You good here?
That's my
We're gonna
last
move
rant.
on.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
move
yeah.
on to the idiot of the year, basically the dumbest owner. And I think we're all in consensus here that it's got to be John.
Yeah, there's no way around it.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear any kind
The
of.
moment that he realized we were in a double flex league in the 8th round was when I knew his draft was over.
moment I
Just
saw
run
John
down.
in New Orleans, I was just like, all right, this guy's clearly like unwell right now.
So let's go down his draft here. So he started off with the double wideouts, which at the time looked like two great picks, but they both lost their quarterbacks simultaneously in the same week.
Which is honestly impressive in terms of scouting for him. Like,
And then
the
he went with
research
the
he did.
overhyped, overrated, overdrafted Devonta Freeman in the 3rd.
Yeah,
I
you
knew
hate to
his
see
team was
that.
shit since then. And then he went with the hyped up Montgomery in the 4th, and then completely drafted Shepard 5 rounds ahead of his ADP.
Yeah.
Followed that up with a Tevin Coleman in a 5-way backfield split. Then all of a sudden went to McDonald at tight end. I don't even have analysis for that. And then he went Chicago D in the 8th round when his roster wasn't even filled out. And then he followed it up with double quarterbacks back to back, and then another tight end in the 10th. And
I
then
think he actually realized it was a double flex league in between the Chicago pick and the Roethlisberger pick, which makes the double quarterback pick and then another tight end one of the most confusing like 3 picks in a row I've ever seen in my entire life. It was honestly
extremely
amazing.
concerning.
Yes.
So yeah,
Somehow he's 2-2 right now.
Which
He's
come on.
surviving.
yeah, I don't know how he's doing that, to be honest. He's right in the thick of it. I mean, he's got really low points for actually. He's borderline Rob territory.
John hasn't played a single person this entire year that scored 100 points.
Is
Through
that
4
true?
weeks. I swear to God. 98,
Jesus
86,
Christ.
64, 84. He's 2-2.
So he's a complete fraud.
I mean, he was my
He
number 1
did get
pretender
Will
for a
Disley
reason.
though, and that guy's a freaking stud.
He has picked up his scoring, but I think anyone else in that position is an easy 4-0, and the fact that he's 500 is concerning to say the least.
Yeah, I agree. All right, you want to move to worst pick of the draft?
Sure.
You got anything in mind?
I mean, do
Because
you
I know
want to
my
start
pick.
with me?
I could go last.
I'll say a guy in the 7th round. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was, for the amount that he yapped about him afterwards, and then like what he's actually done. I think Duke Johnson is just embarrassing, personally.
Why would you say that? Have you not
Traded
seen
halfway
his
through
stats?
preseason.
He leads
Yeah,
the league in yards per touch.
he also averages like 4 carries a game. And
Yeah,
like
I can't help
2
that Bill
catches.
O'Brien's an idiot. This isn't the worst GM of the year. This is the worst pick of the draft.
Look, I'm not going to say that he's not good. I'm just saying he was the worst pick of the draft. You know what you were getting into.
He wasn't the
when you
worst
drafted
pick
him.
of the draft. Give me a break.
I mean,
Look at the
for a
players
top
around
7
him,
pick,
and who would you
I
just
would-
taken over him?
Who over there other than Vance McDonald? And we've already talked about John. Like, this can't be a John heavy episode. So
I'm just
if we're
saying.
not talking John,
Look at the 7th and 8th round. What players would you want?
I'm talking 7th rounder earlier. I don't think
No,
anyone that's not gotten
7th
injured.
or later.
7th or why are we doing 7th and later?
Wait, wasn't he my 7th rounder?
Yes.
Okay.
No, wasn't he your 6th? You had 2 6th-round picks.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Even worse.
How so?
I mean, look who was taken in the 6th round. I would probably take anyone in there over him.
Like who?
Okay.
Lat
maybe not
Murray?
everyone.
I don't think so.
Well, all right. Let's
Jared Cook?
be a little
Nope.
respectful.
Will Fuller?
Uh,
Nope. Robbie Anderson? Nope.
I would take Will Fuller over him. I would take Robbie Anderson over him. I would take Deshaun Watson over him. I would take Mike Williams over him.
I already had a
Sammy
quarterback.
Watkins, Josh Gordon. I mean, what else do you want from this? Tevy? I would have done all of them. But what do I know? You know what? That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I went with the upside, and I got burned. But that's the thing. When you draft a full, like just a perfect team, you can avoid like a disaster like that.
Give me a
I made
break.
that up in the later rounds with my stud scouting and then an early waiver claim on Terry McLaurin.
He's trash.
He's
Plays on the
trash.
Skins.
He's
Can you
trash.
just
So
go
what?
forward, please, sir? I'm just tired of you
Okay,
talking
I'll
about your
go
shit
next.
team. Yeah.
Melvin Gordon, worst fucking pick of the draft.
What are you talking
Fifth
about?
round, the guy hasn't even played a snap. Fucking worthless. Duke Johnson has 20 times his fantasy points. He's shit, overrated, and Oz deserves to be 0-4.
Doesn't even back him up with Eckler.
Yep.
Thought you were a seasoned vet.
To be honest, I did not think that in the 4 picks that
Can you
I
just tell
took.
us what your plan was?
Yeah, it was Lat Murray, okay, and then there was 4 picks in between Lat Murray and my next pick. I was like,
But
there's
why
no
wouldn't
one
you
that's
just
gonna
take
take Austin
Eckler and
Eckler.
then like you can risk losing Murray, you know?
Honestly, at that point, I thought the higher value for an entire season was Lat Murray, and it's remains to be seen, by the way, if that's
So
true or not.
so like
And I
when
thought I was gonna get Eckler on the 7th. That's what I was looking
so
for.
when you drafted Melvin the fifth, what week did you have in mind that you thought he was gonna come back?
6. I thought he was
The
gonna come back
sixth, and
6.
you took
Yeah.
him in the fifth.
Look, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
If you knew that Melvin Gordon was only going to miss 4 weeks, and Burns, answer this too. What round would you have drafted him?
Ninth.
Okay, you would clearly wouldn't have never gotten him, and you know that's just not true. Burns, what about
Exactly.
you?
I
I
don't
would have
draft
taken him in the
landmines.
5th.
I would have taken him in the 3rd if I knew he was only missing 4 games. Well, like, why wouldn't you? And if
I
you
don't
knew
know.
that Austin
Because I'm
Eckler
trying
was
to make
only
the
going to
playoffs
start
here. I'm not trying to
for four
fucking.
weeks,
I'm not trying to
Nah, you're
have.
you
passing
would
up some
take him
good guys in the 3rd.
in the
Yeah.
3rd.
Yeah.
You're taking actual players in the third.
I mean, think about it. Like Zeke got suspended for like 4 games, right? Like, or even Le'Veon Bell, he got suspended 4 games. When did he get picked that year?
Second round
You
by
know,
me. I went
exactly.
Zeke and Le'Veon back to back.
What do you think about that now?
Uh, it was amazing because I had Zeke.
Okay, yeah, I've got Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette sucks. His entire season's points came in one run.
Okay, you know what? I'm just not even gonna go there with you.
Oh,
Uh, Burns, what's your worst pick of the draft?
I still can't see the draft board, so
well, just to visualize it.
kind of going off memory. You guys were saying a couple of shitty ones there. Jared Cook went in the 6th round.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was pretty
That's
gutter.
shit.
That shit.
What's he got? Has he put up over 5 points this
No, he
year?
I
hasn't put
don't
up
think
over
so.
5. No.
I mean,
And
but is
there
that the
was
most Greg pick of all time, though? Like,
wasn't Hunter Henry still on the board?
Yep.
okay, don't mention that guy.
Well, I mean, he's
All right.
outscored Hunter Henry quite
Oh
a bit.
yeah.
That remains to be seen.
Fair enough. I think Eli took Geronimo Allison in like the 7th round,
6th.
6th
Oh,
round.
actually, I'm sorry. His
Yes,
would be
it
the
was the
swap, right?
6th.
So the 7th. No, wasn't
Oh
he the swap
yeah,
with you?
yeah. So he
Yeah.
had 2 7ths.
Took
Yeah, well,
Curtis
he's on
Samuel.
waivers now, so that
Yeah,
was a
you hate to
bad
see
pick.
that.
What about What about Brandon Cooks in the second?
Oh yeah. I mean, I like Cooks, but that's too
Wait.
early.
Oh no, because Evans swapped with Tony. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, did he take? Well, I guess he took him over Keenan. He took him over Antonio. He took him over Thielen,
I
But
mean,
he got
honestly,
Thielen on the way back, so it's like,
yeah.
which is crazy.
yeah. But
I
they're
don't think
both.
that's really that
Thielen's not
crazy.
great.
Yeah.
What about AJ Green in the fifth? That's pretty fucking bad.
I don't think
Looking back
AJ
on it,
Green plays at all unless he gets traded.
I
I think he
agree.
just
yeah,
sees that dumpster fire and he's just like, why? Why am I going to risk my life playing for Andy Dalton?
exactly.
Yep,
I
Boyd
wouldn't.
Boyd season, baby.
Yeah, enjoy that.
What
Yeah,
about
Robbie B
Jarek
kind of got
McKinnon in the
screwed.
16th? That guy
The
doesn't even
last-
isn't even in the league.
He had him on his IR spot for quite a while.
Yeah,
I think it was more
finally
Yeah, I
like
don't
dropped
know
a
him.
why.
mascot. Yeah. We
Oh
even told him.
man.
And he's like, just keep him. I don't want to draft anyone else there. I was like, all right, that's fine.
What about Kyler Murray? That was a pretty shit pick.
Why?
What about Darwin Thompson in the 8th? That's bad.
That's a reach right there, but I wouldn't say it was the worst.
I mean, it's up there, top 5.
Drafting a quarterback in the 8th round? Sure.
Adam Humphries in the 12th.
Are Are you just going over my draft? Like, is
I'm just looking at the board. I don't even see the names. All right, let's go move on. Um, you want to do this? Start like I don't know. I don't know
yeah,
the contenders and pretenders. What do you
yeah.
got for this? Us?
So pretenders is just anyone I'm looking at in our league that I just think has way like outperformed their what they are supposed to do by far.
Okay.
I think our number one guy that we'll all agree, so I won't even keep piling on, is John. Um, well, like I said, hasn't had a single opponent score over 100 points on him, which is pathetic, knowing that we've added another fucking flex, and I've had 620 points put up against me in 4 weeks. But I digress.
Okay.
My second one was actually going to be Burns, and I think this is the fraud team of the century right here. I don't think you have a RB2 on your team.
It's
Dude,
very
Breida.
concerning. I have his
It,
roster pulled up on the screen right now, and I mean his
it's
bench is just absolute waiver fodder.
I'm
the
being fully carried by studs right now. If someone
you've
goes down, it's a problem.
you've got three people on your team that I would honestly want to rape you for, and that's really about it. I
Oh,
wouldn't
he's
even
got
want to touch him.
four.
Who's his fourth?
Kittle,
I mean,
Godwin, Hopkins, and Chubby Boy.
oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to include Chubb, but yeah, I think it's just those four that are bullying you, and
Yep.
everything else would just make you drown. But maybe that's with everyone. I don't know. I just think it's a pretty shit team,
Yeah, I
and you're
mean
bound to lose.
Agreed.
Hopkins is underperforming heavily. I don't know. The zero RB move was crazy. I don't think it worked out at all.
Well, I didn't
Um,
do it right.
the no quarterback play like isn't a good like. I feel like you'd want to have a stud quarterback to
Well, I
complement
had a
like this
quarterback, but I
roster.
dropped him.
Yeah, why? I
I had
still
two of
don't.
them.
Why'd
Just
you
take us
drop
through the
Dak? I don't
take us
understand.
through the thinking,
Who'd
Burns.
you
Why
pick
did
up
you
for
do
him?
that?
Dak. I just didn't believe in the Kellen Moore effect as much as it's been. I didn't think we're going to play the Giants. I was thinking, he's not going to put up that many points. I'll pick him up next week. I didn't think he was going to get scooped up immediately. And now look at me. I'm playing Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Honestly,
49ers
I was
defense has
never
been low
feeling the
key
Baker
nice.
thing, you know? Yeah, and I'm starting the
This
49ers
could be
this
a
week.
bad play for you, Burns.
Yeah, it's not set in stone yet.
Any
I got
thoughts on
4
your?
Monday Nighters for Messick, though, so I kind of like that.
You do?
Make him stretch it out.
Jesus
Oh wow,
Christ.
Baker, Chubb, Breida, and George
Kittle.
Kittle. Wow, that could be like 80 points right there.
And he's got Beckham.
Wow.
Wow, I'm loving Burns this week. All right, that's one of our pretenders. You got another one, Oz?
Well, what about you, Matt? You have none
All right,
to
I
nominate
think
here?
I would nominate you, but your team's not pretending anything. It's just shit.
I
So
just
we'll
don't know
move
why
on.
you would say
We'll
that.
skip that. Um, I think. Uh, well, hmm. I think Dan's team's a pretender.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really rely on Jameis Winston all year. He's got sweet baby Kamara, and then after Keenan, and I don't believe Derrick Henry's going to do this all year. And after that, it's just like, is Austin Hooper a stud? Maybe he's not a
Apparently.
pretender. Maybe he's like,
I
I don't
don't know.
know.
His team isn't that bad. Like Derrick Henry has fully siphoned
He's
off all
so top
carries.
heavy, Dan.
Dion Lewis is worthless, and you've dropped him accordingly. So
He picked him up.
no, I didn't pick him up. I'm
Oh,
saying Derrick Henry has just taken over that backfield. Like he doesn't have to be good. He just has to be Leonard Fournette and just get 20 carries every game, and he'll
yeah,
give you
but like,
fantasy
do you
points.
think these game scripts are going to keep up? Like, I'm just not buying it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to watch a single moment of any Titans game ever any week. Like I hate that they're on NFL Red Zone and they should be like fully banned because I never want to see Marcus Mariota try and attempt a 12-yard pass in my life. Um, but I don't know what's so bad about his team. His second flex, like he's got Allen Robinson. He could put in Cortland Sutton, Shady.
That's what we're
Dan,
talking about here.
what's the upside of Dan's life? There is none. He should just kill himself. But like I'm not here to get into hypotheticals. Just saying.
Okay. Burns, you
Yeah, and
got
then
anything to add here?
sorry.
You hit on pretty much all my pretenders. I agree with myself as one. um, yeah, I was going to say Dan's team. I'm trying to bring up Derek's team because I know Derek's dealing with some.
That's who I was gonna say as my second
Yeah, so
pretender.
Derek's team might be a case of the early. Like Derek's just like he's like been an awesome manager so far, just putting in like
Yeah,
slotting in random guys. Like
Hollywood Brown dropping 30 on me.
his
10
I just
seconds into the new year. Give me a freaking break.
I just don't understand how Derek is going to survive like 7 weeks from now. Like, what on his team
Yeah,
is
I
looking
mean,
to be
if
actually better
Melby
than it
takes order,
already has?
if Melby
You
takes
know,
over fully and Eckler's kind of like relegated to a flex, then I mean, he'll have Saquon back, and then his RB2 is going to be Philip Lindsay, and then he's going to be
I mean, it
starting,
ain't bad.
and then he's got the schlop fest of wideouts like DJ Chark, Marquise Brown, John Brown, Robbie Anderson, Antonio Brown's obviously out of the league. He does have
I
Evan
mean, it
Ingram
could
though.
work. Evan Ingram's like a receiver, wide receiver one.
Yeah.
Robbie
his,
A coming back.
his wideouts look like every week it's his bye week for all his wideouts. Like, this is just who we picked up on the
But
waivers
they
that week.
put up points somehow.
I
Well, he
just
is
And
don't
he's got
starting.
understand.
Mahomes. Mahomes is dropping 20 plus every week.
He's
So,
That's
starting
true.
Geronimo this week. See, that'll just work out for Derek somehow. Like he's gonna drop like
yeah.
20.
No Adams. Yep. Slot in Geronimo.
All right, let's move on. Contenders. I mean, I'll sit this one out.
It's an interesting vibe to put out
If you
there
want to
immediately.
go ahead, Oz.
You know, I've been kind of updating the league note. I don't know if anyone's been seeing it the last 2 weeks, but I think it kind of correlates with what's going on. My team was dead in the dirt. It was buried.
Oz, you got one win.
And I got John this week. I don't want to count my
Yeah,
chickens
but
too
after how
early.
much you've been shredding John, you don't think this could come back and bite you?
I don't think it's even possible,
You're
honestly.
starting Ben Watson and Keyshawn Johnson.
I
I,
like the Keyshawn play.
Of course you do, Burns. You're a fraud.
please shut up, Burns. Kisses of death right here. But I think I got this. I don't know. And I don't. Whatever. I think I'm at least coming to 2-3, and I'm fully in the mix for a playoff spot.
Remember when you said if you lost to John, you were quitting the league and never returning?
Yes,
You
and I'm
still
still
stand
on
by
that.
that?
Yes, you heard it here first.
All right. Let me give one here. I think I really like Tony's team. If he can just,
you love it too.
yeah, I mean, I think he's got the firepower to fucking win the league for sure. If Mac could get healthy, Dak, McCaffrey, Mac, Cooper, he's got freaking the stud Darren Waller. I mean, if Damian could come back and take back like his role in that offense, and he's got Kenny and Golden Tate, I love his team. He's got Sanders.
Sanders, yeah.
I mean, it's just like it's a tough roster. He needs to play the right people right now, which is tough, but I mean, I think he's got a really good team. I love a good kicker. Joey Sly, killing it. You need a good kicker. And the Panthers D's been pretty low key good. They got a decent schedule. I mean, you could ride them. Thoughts?
I
I'm
mean,
full.
yeah, I love Tony's team.
Love it.
He's somehow deep at wideout. He's got the stud McCaffrey. I mean, how could you not love it?
Darren Waller's been an absolute stud.
Can I
Yeah.
play the devil's advocate here?
Go ahead.
I think Tony's going to fall into that trap where every week he's got to guess which wideout to play, and one of them is going to just go off on his bench, and he'll start the wrong one.
So do you think he should consolidate?
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing. I think if he like put together like a 2 or 3 for 1 package of some sort for like an elite wideout, that makes
Who
his
the
team
hell takes three
unstoppable.
for ones?
I mean,
I've done it.
eventual champions. Yeah, sure. Me,
Yeah, and look at me. I'm fucking trash.
you are trash, but you're 4-0 this year. I'm just saying. And I think honestly, Damian Williams without the Daryl Williams lockup is very concerning to me personally.
Why?
Maybe I'm, a little biased because I have Daryl Williams, but
Daryl Williams is just a slot fill-in bum. Once Damian's healthy, he's taking his role right back.
you really think so?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
better at Daryl than everything Daryl does.
What does Daryl not do well?
What?
Everything.
Is that a trick question?
I'm just trying to get you to knock me down a peg or two. I don't know. I think he's fantastic, and he's a Tiger. He's a LSU
Any
Tiger.
other
So
contenders we want to touch on?
no, just me.
That's it.
That's
Pesh,
really it.
I'll give you some love there, Pesh.
Yeah.
You got a strong squad this year. It
Thanks,
might be
buddy.
your year,
Don't say that.
but I doubt it.
Yeah, we're overcoming some things. We're starting Ronald Jones this week. It's been
Love Ronnie. I was hoping. I gambled and hoped no one was going to pick him up that waiver round.
Why? Why don't you just go for him?
I don't know. I was just hoping nobody would. Move up the waiver ladder.
I think the waiver order's overrated, and I'm glad I don't care about it this year. Picked up Terry, picked up Ronald. You just got to get your guys, you know? Look
Can
at
I
Dan
admit
holding the
something?
#1 waiver. He passed up Wayne Gallman.
Well, that's
Yeah, I don't
basically
know.
like no one's there.
I had no idea that you can actually see who's put in a waiver claim and then like failed to get them. Like I've
Yep.
been claiming
Neither did
everyone,
I.
and then when you actually showed that on the stream, I was like, my God,
Embarrassed?
this is so embarrassing.
Yeah, we were breaking it down. It's your last. You tried to pick up Aguilar, and it gave you an error because you had too
Because
many
I had too
players.
many.
Yeah, man, you can see everything, and you
Yeah, I
scum
had no
commissioners
idea.
probably can see shit we can't even see.
No. That would be an abuse of power.
Any thoughts on the pickup of the Jets D by me this week? Any thoughts on that?
What is that for next week? Or are they
What do
fucking
you think of
playing?
Miami down the road? Must be.
I got a big stretch: Miami, Giants, Washington, Oakland, Cincy, Miami.
Yeah, but it's the
Jeez.
Jets. I mean, you're gonna have to be a Jets fan for a
Look at
couple
their
weeks, and
first
I
three
don't know.
games: 17 points, 4 points, 15 points.
Sure.
What's Mosley? Is Mosley out for the year? Is he coming back?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter when you're playing Miami and the Giants and the
Fair enough.
Redskins and Cincy. Slot them
Well, the
in.
Giants will put up some points. Now they got Daniel Jones.
I know this wasn't the pick of the draft, but what about the Patriots D?
I
Well,
don't
I mean,
care
Is
for
that classic
defenses.
Pesh scouting or just luck?
It's just pure luck.
Okay.
You looked at their schedule, you saw they were playing Miami, the Jets, and Buffalo, and then Washington all back to back to back,
And the Giants.
and then the Giants,
And
and then
then
the Jets again.
the Dolphins again.
This is crazy. This is honestly insane.
All right. So let's talk about our trophies. We got the Sacco and we got the Ivory. I think the obvious let me just get this out of the way. The Ivory, there's only been one trade, so it's
Who
automatically
are you talking about?
you and Tony. So
Yep.
Go
you
on.
so in your like I'm assuming this was back when I was like on Bogues and probably half drunk and he wanted to be cool and hip and he wanted to fuck over Pesh because Pesh wanted Devontae. So he like contacted everyone in the league, sent the same message probably to all of them, trying to trade back, blah blah blah. And he finally got stupid Tony on the hook, and Tony raped him. And he got McCaffrey and sent Oz into an 0-3 tailspin, and no one's traded since. Everyone's scared.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what's going on in this league. Like, I've thrown out a lot of feelers,
What do you think
and
it
I'll,
is? Do you
well,
think
I'll
it's
be
the
honest.
flex? Because that's what I think it is.
I think everyone's very scared of that first rush. Like when everyone gets that email of like, "Oh, a trade's been processed," and then you hit Group Me, and you usually have
Shred
Pesh
them.
there first, and you're just like, "What? Are you fucking retarded?" And then it's just like a barrage of 30 messages. Even Rob gets in there, and he's like, "I'm not gonna lie, this guy that was pretty fucking bad." I don't think anyone wants to be a part of that, honestly. And every
But
like,
why?
look,
But why? It's happened year after. Like all of a sudden, people are scared. Like I don't believe
well,
it.
what I've seen is like I'll offer maybe not the best trade I'm willing to part with, but like a conversation starter at least. And then, they'll come back with some conversation, some like, oh, I'm looking for this guy. And then they're just looking to rape. I think everyone just wants to be that guy that just like pulls
Yeah, but
out
there's
the
no more people
craziest
like
offer.
there's no J-Ros anymore. Like you can't do it.
But they're trying it with everyone, I feel
That's the
like. I don't
problem.
know. Maybe it's just me. Like, have you guys been getting outrageous offers that have
Yeah, Derek offered me
honestly hurt your
Pat Mahomes
feelings?
for Dalvin Cook,
Wow.
and he told me he was overpaying. Told him to kick rocks.
That's what I'm
And then
talking about.
stupid Oz is sending me slop. I'm gonna pull up my trade transaction thing right
Can
now.
you not? Can
What's
you
the
not?
problem? I don't even know how to. Where is this league?
Wherever it is, you better just keep it to yourself, bud.
Uh, I don't even know. I can't even find it.
Hey, good job showing off that brain
Transactions,
power.
transaction counter.
No, I don't think it's there. Whatever. This is bad radio.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're the Ivory favorite. Do you have a Sacco favorite? Any of you guys?
I
Burns?
can we just say though, why am I the Ivory favorite?
Because
You know
you've made the only trade and it was shit.
You
what
lost the trade.
what move did I make that lost the trade?
You passed up CMC. He's going to be the number 1 overall player.
But I might have the number 1 and 2 overall wideouts.
That's
What do you
not
mean?
true.
I mean,
There's
it's
no way Adams
impossible.
finishes number 1 overall.
Yeah.
Top
Absolutely
5.
I'm
0%
pulling up the scoring
chance.
leaders right now, okay? 2019 season, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, fantasy points, sorted by that. So right now, the number 1 overall is Lamar Jackson at 112. Number 2 is Patty Mahomes at 110, and number 3 is CMC at 101.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 overall. Oz.
Overall,
Fair.
and you passed them up.
I may have, yes.
And
I'm
Damian
scrolling
could
down
come
this
back and be
list.
serviceable.
I don't even see anyone on the top 10 that you have on your team. Top 20.
Carson Wentz.
You don't even start them.
I will. Don't worry.
You will. You drafted stupid Kyler Murray. The guy's shit.
I'm so in love with Kyler Murray. I can't get off of it. It's like heroin, dude.
Oh, here's Mike Evans down here, number 67. No, he's not that low. He's like 40. But that's your guy, right? At least, hey, Cooper. Cooper's up there.
I mean, my wideouts are my
Godwin's ahead
studs.
of him. Patriots defense ahead of everyone on your team. Um, I mean, it's clear, Oz. You passed up on the number 1 overall player potentially in fantasy at the number 3 spot in the draft. Like, it's just that's kind of like unforgivable.
Like I said, Cam getting injured in preseason scared me off a little bit because I did not think Kyle Allen had the
What,
the,
he
the
couldn't
talent.
muster a 10-yard dumper.
Have you seen the Jets right now? Like they're crazy if you don't have a quarterback.
What do you mean?
Uh,
CMC lost his quarterback and touched the ball 39 times.
no, I know that's what I'm saying.
What?
It's just different. I think if like Cam was playing, he dumps it off more. But like if he got injured and was out, I didn't think it was going to come to this. But I will say Mike Evans is the number 4 wideout right now. Cooper Kupp's the number 3, and Devontae's number 20. So it's not that bad of a trade, you know.
But you
I
lost it, and it's the only trade right now. So
Okay, well, this will change. I still don't acknowledge
It's not
this
going to
as an
change if no one trades. Hopefully
fair.
no one does, so you get the Sacco.
That would be a very boring year if that's what happens. I mean, you're not going to
I
do an
don't think any
emergency
trades are
con?
going to happen,
the
dude.
way it's
I really
going,
don't. People are 0-4, 3-1. I mean 1-3, and they haven't made any moves. Rob has 2 wide receivers on his bench that haven't played a snap, and he hasn't traded them. Like, how can you go into week 5 0-4 with 2 guys that aren't going to do anything for you?
yeah, he's got to trade Tyreek.
You have to trade Tyreek and you have to trade AJ. Like, even if it's for like a fucking wide receiver too, doesn't matter.
Package both of them.
Yeah, I've
Sounds
sent
like
him
both of
7
you are
trades. He
really.
just ignores me.
It sounds like both of you just really want him.
I
And
don't
this is
care.
how you're
I'm
trying to
just
get him.
saying, like, if you want to like survive, like Greg, like I feel like Greg's in just a unluckier position. Like his team just kind of like fucked him. Like,
Yeah,
like I don't think a move would necessarily like help Greg, but like if Rob doesn't make a move, he's dead. He's starting like Adrian Peterson and like Buck Allen.
100%.
I
I
made that
agree with
up,
that.
but
It's not far off.
all right. So I guess that kind of leads us into our Sacco favorite, Oz.
You know, I think it's got to be John. It's just pathetic, and I hate to even say this because I know I'm playing him this week, and he's going to put up like
Jesus,
150
Oz is
points
bad.
against me. But it's fucking bad. His team is bad. All his wideouts, their quarterbacks are injured. Like he's starting Jacoby Brissett. I don't have any confidence in anyone he's starting this week. And yeah, I think I'm gonna win. And if I don't, I'll quit the league. You heard it here first.
All right, Burns, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I'd agree. John's in the running. Obviously, Rob, we just talked about, he's in the running as well. I could easily become part of the running again, unfortunately. But I gotta hope my studs stay healthy.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said there. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Wow, really great way to end it off, bud.
Anything else you want to touch on, boys?
What
Anything you
about
want
some
to
of these
say?
other teams we didn't say anything about? We got anything about to say about them?
There's a
Like,
reason why
Should
they're
we?
just not
All right.
noteworthy.
What about Messick?
they're just middle of the road.
I'll pull up
Yeah,
Messick's team because you know he loves a little FaceTime. We haven't talked
Yeah,
about him at all.
I figured he'd be mad if we didn't talk about him.
All right. I mean, he's got a pretty solid team, I guess.
It's a Messick team. It's gonna go for 130 or like 86 points. There's no in between there. That's how I feel about
you got to
every
be
team
concerned
Messick's
about
ever.
Odell.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Browns this year. I don't know why Burns has mass exposure to them, but
Messick has Geis on his IR too. That's interesting. Think he
yeah,
could come back and bring
who's
any
Messick gonna
value?
drop? I think that's gonna be the really interesting thing. Who is Messick gonna drop on that team?
Corey Davis,
Just put up
Sure.
a 17er. I don't know.
Philip Rivers,
Yeah, drop Rivers. Hockey boy.
Hockey Boy. Stupid
Uh,
Messick should have sold him when he had the chance.
Yeah, I
Idiot.
don't know. That was the worst
People
thing
are
I've ever
just
seen in my
freaking like
life.
they overvalue their players. I feel
Yeah, everyone is so far.
like more than I've ever seen.
I told you,
Oz
no
wanted
one
wide
wants to get
receiver
raped.
ones for Melvy.
That's what he deserves.
No,
You're out of your mind, Oz.
Okay, you know what? I'll leave. Just tell me to leave. I'll leave. This is
I
just
wish I could have
ridiculous.
unloaded Duke when I had the chance.
When? Last year?
Pre, like the night before the first game.
You mean the night before the draft? Before he even got on your team, everyone's just like, oh,
I'm still
God.
holding out hope that one day fucking Bill O'Brien will just have a brain aneurysm and feed him 30 times. Think he's Carlos Hyde or something.
You still have him on your team.
I can't drop him. He's got the highest touch per carry or yards per touch in the league. What do you want me
This
to
is
do?
sad.
I
I
know
don't
you'd
know,
scoop
dude.
him up, you sloppy pig.
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
would scoop him up immediately.
So
Now,
shut it, Oz.
you want to just trade Latmer for Duke Johnson?
No, Duke John Latmer is garbage and should be dropped in all formats. Can't believe you're still holding on
Just
to
an even reset right there? Just
him.
shit for
No,
shit?
drop him. I do want Chris Thompson though, so send him over.
Okay.
Make it a real offer. Fucking packaging Raheem Mostert into your shit trades. Who the hell wants that bum?
Raheem Mostert is the number one RB. I'll just
Give
give
me a
one.
break, Oz.
I'll give you guys two bold predictions, okay, to
Yeah.
end this podcast.
Okay.
One, Raheem Mostert becomes the RB1 in San Francisco by way of death of all other running backs and because of performance. And then my second one is Darrell Williams will lead the team at
Oh
the
my
end of the year
God,
in
Oz,
fantasy
you're
Oz,
so
points.
just shut it,
stupid.
Oz.
I'm
Give
just
us a
saying,
real bold prediction.
those are my bold predictions. Are they not bold?
Here's my bold prediction. Chris Godwin finishes ahead of Mike Evans by the end of this
Love
year.
that.
That's just
Book that,
not good.
slam that. And Patriots defense outscores both your quarterbacks
This week or forever?
forever. the whole year. Book
Okay, I
that,
guess we'll see.
slam that. Check back in fucking week 13. You got any Burns?
I'll give you a weekly one. Davy J going off this week, easy, putting
Oh
up
my
big
God,
points against the Bengals.
such a typical analytical fucking Burns sharp take
And
right there.
Hollywood Brown, it's his week. He's connecting big time,
Thought it
deep.
was this week last week.
It's this week.
All right, boys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming on short notice. After my partner bailed,
Yeah, I'm
I had a
concerned
great
about that
time.
guy.
Yep,
Tell him,
love it.
tell him we're thinking of him in these trying times,
I
and
mean,
no
I'm
one
sure
likes to
he'll.
leech.
If you have
Always.
anything to say to him, you can say it now. I'm sure he'll hear the podcast.
Crowder.
Crowder.
That's it. I'm
Okay.
good.
All right,
Give me
boys.
Lockett. Give me Zeke.
Enjoy the game tonight. Good luck if you got players going. Oz, I wish you the best. And see you boys later.
Bet the over on Bobby Wagner tackles.
Rams money line lock.